Happy holidays and welcome to Sportspath. I'm Tim Peterson. Next to me is Zach Halverson, and coming up in a minute, Jamie Dustin. We'll get you caught up on all the high school sports action right here.
Today on Sportspath, the high school basketball season kicked off, and we have the highlights. Also, we go on location to Duluth, Minnesota, where the White Bear Lake boys hockey team played the Duluth East Greyhounds for the first time since the state quarterfinals last year.
Well, the White Bear Lake girls basketball team hosted the Forest Lake Rangers in a Suburban East Conference collision. And we'll take a look at the game and pick up the live audio.
Bear Lake Bears, Jeremy Post, a familiar face. We've seen him over the years. Forest Lake and Jen Wagner are looking to do. That's the head coach you're looking at right there. He gets it back to Peters, who penetrates, throws it up and in. No charge, no foul. Jordan had it, worked around, nice look down low, and score that one point. A little full court pressure. Gets broken up. Down low, spinning around and looked pretty well this evening. Peters spinning and driving and laying it up and in. That leads us to halftime, where the Bears trail the Forest Lake Rangers 18-16. Can't handle that pass. Gives it to Foley, who was cold in the first half, and starts out the second half hot. It's a lot different than the start of the game. Peters takes it all the way down low and lays it up and in. Gunther, Hobbs for three, and that's good. Foley will shoot the three and get it. Alexis Foley with her second three of the half, and her second made outside the arc. Goes down low to Peters, who shovels it up and around and gets it to go somehow. All movement. Eckert tries to go inside, and Gunther picks it off. She pushes it forward to Foley. Foley, bounce pass over to Hobbs, and the basket's good. Back up top, swung to the near side. Jordan for three, good. They end up winning it by 14 points over the Forest Lake Rangers. Final score is 50-36.
Lake, we are here with Alexis Foley and Tara Hobbs on the White Bear Lake girls varsity basketball team. We'll start with you, Alexis. This is one of the, this is basically kind of the mid-season now. How has your team really meshed here in this first part of the season?
I think as each game passes, we kind of become more team-like, and we have more chemistry. Just we need to keep doing stuff off the court as well as on together to improve that. So.
And Tara, you're a junior now, kind of, I guess, stepping up in the ranks. Have you, how have you helped the incoming freshmen and sophomores?
Just keep supporting them, and I don't really know. Just keep including them in everything that we do.
We've had a rough start in the first half. What was said in the locker room that kind of made you guys change your ways?
Coach Post kind of told us that we're not playing as a team, and we don't have all 5 people playing at once, and so we needed to pick that up. Otherwise, he would go down into the bench and find 5 people who would. So.
And what is it? You guys seem to really be out there a lot together. Tara, what is it like working with Alexis?
It's pretty awesome. Just saying, she works so hard for everything, and she's like the glue on our team for everything.
And Alexis, you were at state last year. Both of you guys were at state last year. How has that experience at state really helped you, in your work ethic this year?
Well, we just know that there's a target on our back, so we got to keep protecting that and keep working towards it, because we know what we want to do at the end of the year. So.
Well, thanks a lot, guys, and thanks a lot. Good luck in the rest of the season.
Thank you.
Well, Forest Lake's Emily Peters led all scorers with 16, while White Bears' Alexis Foley led the Bears with 14, and Tara Hobbs added 9. Let's take a look at the Suburban East standings as of December 14th, and Roseville's on top there, and Mountains View right there as well.
White Bear Lake down there with 4-2 record, and tied with Park. Cretin looking good as well.
Take a look at the classic suburban standings, and South St. Paul off to a good start. Simley right there. Hill Murray, who everybody expected to be right there. They're in the middle of the pack thus far, followed by Matamidi, Tartan, and then on the bottom, North St. Paul, kind of trying to improve things for their own records in the classic suburban standings.
After 119 victories as head coach of the White Bear Lake varsity football team, Bob Jackson resigned from his position at a team banquet last week. Jackson was hired back in 1993 after coaching Spring Lake Park for many years, which included a Class A state championship in 1991. Thanks to Coach Jackson for all his dedication to the White Bear Lake football community.
I went out to Tartan High School recently and was able to look into Titans basketball practice and hear from Coach Klingsporn and a few of the players. Today I'm at Tartan High School wearing my blue and white, which happen to be the colors of the Tartan Titans. Today the boys basketball basketball team has a very intense practice going on as they prepare for their upcoming season.
Let's go, full court legs, partner basketball. Let's keep the tempo going here. Tempo's high right from the start. Let's go, together on three. 1, 2, 3, together. Let's go, partner them up. Favorite thing about coaching high school basketball is raising them to be better young men, quite frankly, and then trying to teach them the things that they're going to use and learn as lifelong skills through sports. It's what I got out of this. I was in a family of 8 kids. I was the only one that played high school sports. I was the only one that went on and got my college degree, and I think it's really important that kids understand all the discipline and the effort and the teamwork, and we can throw all kinds of words underneath this huge umbrella that they're going to learn through athletics that are lifelong skills that they have. Let's go, let's hear it, let's go! I think that we've got a good group of kids coming back. You know, we have some experience coming back, but not a lot. I think our 2 biggest weaknesses will be that we're not real big and we're pretty young. We only have 3 seniors on our team, so we're going to be playing a lot of young kids like Darian Strong and Xavier Hall that were both sophomores last year, they're juniors this year. Kyle Von Schmidt-Pauli. So we got some experience back. Get the ball in the net with 2 hands. Finish. That's too slow. I'm going to be demanding. It's got to be loud. You got to get the midline, and you got to beat that cutter. Ready? Let's go. Let's go. Ready? Ball. 3 in a row. Anything we can do is teach them varsity level tempo and varsity level intensity. Hopefully they're doing that when they're playing on our younger teams, and I think our younger teams have had a lot of success. Last year our JV was 26-0, our B squad was 22-4, and our freshmen were like 58-10. So they've had success at lower levels, our guys that we're filling in spots with. But it's a little bit different when you're in this gym, so we just got to teach them, proper intensity and tempo of practice. We don't talk to each other, we're not good enough on the floor. Let's go!
You start off with like individual work, like shooting, dribbling, and like just getting used to playing with each other. Then we'll finish off with a lot of teamwork like we are doing now. Just getting used to playing with each other, getting the speed of the game down, and our sets down too. The favorite part probably just be the competition, playing with your teammates. I just love everything about the game. I just like to see how we all come together as a team, and we have all the talent we need. We just got to come together.
All of our teams in our league are pretty dang good, and there's 6, 7 of them I think could win a conference championship. Matamidi, North, Hill Murray, Henry Sibley, Ridgefield, St. Thomas will all have, we'll have a real competitive conference this year. So looking forward to that aspect of it. A lot of competitive conference basketball games.
That's right, James.
But it looks like I perfected my layup. Thank you so much to Mark Klingsborn and the whole Tartan Titans basketball team for letting us be a part of your practice. We look forward to seeing you this season.
Thanks to Jamie Dustin and Nicholas Anderson for that report. Now let's take a look at how the Titans and the rest of the teams are doing so far this season.
Matamidi leading the way at 3-0 right on top, along with North Richfield. Followed down, Tartan in 5th, and boy, St. Thomas Academy at 6th. That's kind of an odd thing to see. Same with Hill Murray down there pulling up near the bottom at 7th. I don't think that's how we're going to end up once we get into more conference play. I think that this whole bracket will be shuffled around a bit, but you never know. Let's look at the Suburban East now. Woodbury leading the way over there. White Bear Lake struggling there, but we're only a couple of games in, so you can't read too much into this. It's still early. Keep checking websites as we go through December here and find out exactly how they've been doing as we get through Christmas.
Congratulations to Tori St. Martin of the Matamidi girls Nordic Ski team. She recently took first place honors at the 8th annual Peter Westra Sprints at Trollhagen. The boys also competed, and Mitch Corcoran took 4th in the final race. The event is named for Peter Westra, who attended St. Paul Academy from 1991 and 1995. He was murdered in 2001. He has many family and friends who still reside in the White Bear Lake area.
I recently had a chance to sit down with North St. Paul's softball coach, Sean Hall, who had a few interesting things that we had to talk about. Here's what we learned. We're here today with coach of North St. Paul, Sean Hall. And Sean, welcome to the program today.
Thank you.
You're a very successful coach in 3 sports, softball, soccer, and basketball.
Yep.
But you have some I guess, sad news to bring as you're leaving North St. Paul and heading to coach softball down in Lakeville for Lakeville North.
Yep, that's correct. I decided a couple of weeks ago to accept the position, and it's sad for me because I have a lot of great memories at North St. Paul. It's been a great 9 years, and some of the players and coaches and the people at the school, Jed Helwig, and they've been great to me, and it's been a lot of fun. I'm just ready for a new challenge.
What are some of your best memories that you have from being at North St. Paul?
Well, there's so many great memories. Obviously, you have to start out with the 2007 state championship. That was a great year, and to be able to beat Bryn Dordell and the Chaska team in the championship game 1-0 in 11 innings, that has to be a highlight of my coaching career. But then so many great memories of some of the teams that finished second in 2004 with Callie Samuelson. We ended up finishing second, and then a couple years ago we had 2 other second place finishes, and unfortunately it got to the point where that was tough to be so close and not get the job done. But I just have so many great memories with those kids on those teams and the coaches that I got a chance to coach with, and it's sad for me to see those days go by.
Do you remember in 2007 one of your losses was to Lakeville North? Were you aware of that?
I didn't. I was not aware of that at the time. We must have lost to them maybe in the tournament then.
No,
or in the Polar Classic.
That very well could have been.
Yeah, that could have been. Yeah, I didn't. We've had so many great games with Lakeville North, and it seemed like every time we would ever play them, it would be a 1-run game.
Speaking of good games and good teams that you've played and been a part of, what are some of your favorite memories? Like maybe a favorite play that had happened, a great catch or a throw or anything like that?
Well, one of the most exciting plays was probably, I think it was 2007, the year we did win the state tournament, the section final. We had gone through the section undefeated and lost the first championship game to Centennial, and we had to come back and beat them in the IF game. And it was a 0-0 game. I don't know if it was 8 or 9 innings or how many innings it was, but we had runners on first and second, and it was the bottom of the inning. And we sacrificed bunt. Well, the bunt kind of popped up in the air. Their catcher dove for it, didn't catch it. Our runner started going back to first base, so they threw to first base to get the batter out, and then the second baseman who was covering first threw to second to try to get the girl who had delayed going to second because she thought it would be caught. In the meantime, Brittany Schlent was on second, running to third, and when I saw them throw to second, we sent her home. So she scored from second on a bunt to send us to the state tournament, and that had been probably the most exciting play.
Wow. And you do, as I read a little bit, some coaching on bunting. Is that correct, or down at the Arlington Fields or something?
Yeah, I do. I do clinics and hitting, bunting, all sorts of clinics year round.
So you had them well trained to be able to pull that one off, and it just worked out in a good way.
Well, the bunt wasn't perfect or whatever, but it got the job done.
Yeah. What are some? Do you have any certain memorable players, girls that maybe stood out a little more than the rest? Maybe weren't the best, but they just made an impact on you.
That's a tough question, just because there's so many great kids, and I could read off a list of 20 different kids, and I wouldn't get a chance to name everyone. But just great kids on all of the teams, and I'll always have great memories. I've had some fantastic pitchers. I had some great position players. A lot of kids went on to play at the U of M, and a lot of kids ended up going on and playing college softball. So to single, 1 or 2 kids out, they were all special. Whether they were, great players or whether they, never even played on the varsity. Whether a kid was in the softball program, they were all important to me.
What's going to be the hardest part of leaving a program like North to go to Lakeville North? I mean, you're not going to have to change any of your wardrobe. You can still wear the same colors and everything. But
yeah, just the kids and the being part of the school. And I'm hoping to stick around for basketball and soccer at North St. Paul, but not getting a chance to see the the sophomore class is, a class that's been really special, and the senior class, those kids have just done a fantastic job. The junior class is kind of light. We really don't have a lot of people in the junior class, but to not get a chance to be with those kids as they, go through their, high school careers, it'll be hard, but I will get a chance to watch them, and they're going to be in good hands with Coach Vail.
Have you been able to peek at the upcoming schedule at all for this upcoming season to know if you happen to play against North?
We could play them in the Polar Classic. So both teams, I believe, will be in the Polar Classic this year, and at some point we could match up there.
How difficult will that be for you?
I get used to, I coach so many different kids and so many different teams that I'm always coaching against kids that are on my team and kids that are not on my team. It'll be a little hard, a little bit difficult, but not something I would look forward to. Getting a chance to play against them and getting a chance to see the kids, and that's why I'm really excited to come back for the Polar Classic.
Yeah, the win. I would think the win-loss maybe wouldn't be as emotionally effective as just seeing the players that played for you for so long and came up through the system.
And that's one thing that I found out. It's it's all about. It's about the relationships that you had with the kids. It's not necessarily about whether you win a conference title or a section championship or a state tournament. But my best memories are with the kids, and their attitudes and seeing them grow up is to me the best part of coaching.
Now you have some breaking news, I guess, that we didn't know as you came in today, but North has a new coach for the softball team to replace you.
Aaron Vail, who was one of my assistants last year, was announced today that he did get the head coaching job, and I am extremely excited for him. Aaron's probably my best friend right now, and we do a lot of stuff together still. I'm extremely excited for him because he's ready for this opportunity. He's one of the best coaches in the state, and he has so much energy and so much passion for the game. So I'm extremely excited for him, and I'm also really excited for the girls to have them, be able to play for Coach Vail. I believe his plan is to retain a lot of the coaches that were on the staff, so there really won't be that big of a change for the girls, and I think that will help them, in their, chance to try to come back and make it to the state tournament and hopefully, win the state tournament.
All right. Well, it sounds like you're all behind the new coach coming into North, and as you head down to Lakeville yourself, we wish you the best of luck and hope that everything works out for you. And we hope that the new coach works out well for North, and it sounds like he'll be a good fit and a good person to bring on board.
Yep, the girls are lucky to have Aaron as a coach, and Coach Vail is lucky to be able to have those girls, and I'm sure he will do a fantastic job.
All right, well, thanks for your time today on Sportspath, and thanks for the interview, and best of luck in everything that comes your way.
Thank you very much.
Congratulations to Coach Vail once again. Nice job there, and thanks to Coach Hall as well, and best of luck to him as he continues on his ways and coaching styles.
Congratulations, Coach.
Oh, we are just over a week away from the rivalry. Hill Murray was upset last year by the White Bear Lake Bears, and now they look for revenge. Nicholas Anderson went out to Aldrich Arena to see how Bill Lechner and his team are preparing.
Sometimes it's go hard to the net. Use your wheels, use your tools.
I'm really excited about this year. We have a young team, and I think we have a lot of room for improvement. Mondays usually consist of competition that's going to be forward, so it's kind of a grinding day. 2-on-1s, 1-on-1s, just battles in the corner and stuff like that.
Monday's work day, Monday's stink day, Monday's not screw around day.
It's a lot of working on individual skills. It's just we call it Monday beat 'em up day. So it's defensemen against defensemen, forwards against forwards, forwards against D against forwards. So just a lot of grind 'em. A lot of the little part, the tough part of the game that will help once the flow gets going, or taking away space type girls.
He works as hard and he doesn't put up with any stuff. So I know he's on us all the time, and if we're slacking, he'll let us know about it.
You take the puck away, you go score a goal. All those guys, the 2 defensemen and the 2 forwards, have got 10 push-ups. If you can do it by yourself. All you forwards right here, you got 10 push-ups. We don't even have an F3. Somebody should jump out there.
We had a shaky start, but we came off the bat playing a couple good teams right away. So we got a few wins on our belt right now, so we're going to try and keep going with that.
We knew early that we graduated a lot of guys, and we had a few guys that left Hill Murray. And then we had football go quite lengthy, which was great. So we knew we were going to be behind. We were behind by a couple weeks, so we're trying to catch up to that. So So respectfully to our opponents, Burnsville and Benilde are very good, but we were 0-2 after the first week, and that's not acceptable around Hill-Murray. So we have things to work on, but we're catching up. And then we had a couple games that we could get a W, and then we had a good win against St. Thomas Saturday, and they're a good club and well coached. So
goaltender John Dugas played out of his mind. He was unbelievable, and that team made a lot of big saves and kept us in the game, gave us a chance to win. And then I think that the first goal of the game, which came off the penalty kill with Jake and Footy, they just right there, scoring a PK goal, gets momentum going in the third there.
Jimmy, put some on that.
The White Bears a great rivalry, and they, in the past years, again, it's kind of been that. But you gotta be ready for all of them. I guess we don't look that far down the road right now. Right now, it's just it's old cliches, but one game at a time, one shift at a time, 1 week at a time. Get better, improve. You got to be ready for everybody. There's 8 teams in our section and 9 teams in our conference, so you just got to go day at a time and section or conference at a time, and then section at a time, and see where it takes us. And yeah, history has it that White Bear and Hill will cross paths, but just other things happen sometimes, so be prepared for all of it.
The game's always packed, and that's what I love about the game, the atmosphere. It's so much fun, and I just can't wait for that game. You look forward to that game, being a Pioneer, and you grow up watching that game, hearing about that game, and it's just, the fans are great, both sides, and it's just fun to be a part of. We just need the forwards to keep scoring goals, and we'll be all right.
Quicker! There you go, that's what we're doing it for.
The White Bear Lake Bears have a target on their back. As returning Section 4 AA champions, they look to be a contender again this year, but standing in their way are the Hill-Murray Pioneers, who they play in a regular season matchup on the 22nd of December. Nicholas Anderson and I went out to the Vadnais Sports Center to see how the Bears are coming together as a team.
Go to the net, come on, go to the net! 10 years ago, I was very fortunate enough to get this job, and I still look at it in that sense. And we got great assistant coaches, helping young men become good quality people for society. There's only a certain few that are going to take this to the next level, but if they can learn lessons of life so that they're good husbands, good dads, there's going to be days that aren't good, and there's going to be days that are really good. So not getting too high or too low, helping them battle their way through struggles and that no one ever sees, that you never really talk about. Everybody just sees the hockey part of it, but how important academics are, and these are the memories and the relationships that they're going to make for their lifetime. And I think that's the best thing, is just watching them work hard. I think last year, an interview after the game to go to the state tournament, they said, "Hey, what is this all about?" And I said, "Take a look at those faces. Take a look at those guys. That's what it's about, watching these guys create a memory, and that's what it's about." Nice job. Good patience, Wally. Nice flat pass. Right now, this team is still trying to figure out who we are. I mean, when you have four dynamic personalities, and Wall and Birkenbein Jansen and Garen David, they've been around for 3 years. It's sort of been an outgoing team and stuff. This year, they're still trying to figure out who we are. We got great leaders. We got great chemistry right now. A good majority of all our scoring has come from that top line, from Mitch, and we got Little Wallen up there, and he's a good player, and Mikey. These guys have worked extremely hard to grab the reins from the kids that have been the leaders in the past. They've done a great job of bringing these guys together, from summer workouts and going through that, and yourself going through the tryout. It's been a really good group so far. Practice, right? It's about practice.
Working on a lot of system stuff today. I think our pace is a little slow. I think people are really nervous for this big Duluth game, knowing that they only lost one guy last year. They're going to have a really strong, fast team, and hopefully we can get our minds back in it.
I'm really looking forward to playing apparently the #1 team in the state right now.
We're going to get tested. Duluth is a top 5 team any which way you dice it up, maybe even a top 3 team every night. And it's a good, they only lost 2 guys out of the group that was a state tournament team last year. So it's a great challenge for us. That's what we look at. We want to play the best so that we can challenge ourselves to see where we're at and what we need to get better at. Our strength is our defense. So we'll see where we're at. Then you come back, less than 24 hours later, 18 hours later, and you got another tough test in Cloquet in their barn. So, it's a great thing for these guys to get out and do some team bonding along the way, but also, get away from everybody and be able to focus on hockey.
I think it's going to be the toughest test we're going to have for a little while. You know, we're going to see they're going to be one of the top teams in the state this year, so we'll see where we're at once that happens.
On the morning of Friday, December 9th, the White Bear Lake boys varsity hockey team boarded a Greyhound bus to play the Greyhounds of Duluth East at a special location. The year-old Aldrich Arena, home of the 2011 NCAA men's ice hockey champions, the University of Minnesota Bulldogs, was the site for this rematch of the 2011 state tournament quarterfinals. And the scoring, the scoring started off with Jake Mullen as he dove down and got the Bears on the board 1-0. But Duluth East responded as it was Duluth East coach Mike Randolph's son who fed Don Tauninato to tie the game at 1. Early in the second period, it was Thomas Delaney who got a nice pass and took a slap shot, ripped one through, giving the Bears a lead 2-1. But then responding is Jack Forbert of the Duluth East Greyhounds as he got a beautiful, beautiful pass and got the breakaway, getting it past Chiletti. And as the Duluth East Greyhounds continue on to beat the Bears 6-3. And that was the final. A great sight out there as the Bears left Aldrich Arena. And kind of a cool experience for the Bears out there.
A lot of fun up there. We can take a look at the standings so far this year. We'll start with that Suburban East Conference and the boys hockey standings. White Bear Lake up toward the top there. Once again, still early in the season, and teams still battling for that championship first place. Let's look at the Classic Suburban, the CEC.
You can see North St. Paul right on the top, undefeated 5-0-0, and then Montemita there close behind 4-1, and heading down to Hill Murray up there as well, and they're having they had a rough start to the season, but they're coming back. And we want to remind you, the White Bear Lake Bears taking on the Hill Murray Pioneers on December 22nd. We start the pregame show at 7 o'clock with Joe Dustin, Ryan Shanley, and I, and then we drop the puck with Tim Peterson and I and Jamie Dustin at 7:30. So it should be a lot of fun out there again a week from Thursday.
Well, that'll do it for this Sports Path. We hope you go and check us out on Facebook and like us. We'll bring Jamie on over here, and like to thank a couple people for liking us on Sports Path as well, Zach.
Right, thanks to Alex Shaber and also Ashley Olson.
Happy holidays, and that's your Sports Path.